The Dallas Cowboys' penchant for delaying contract extensions is coming home to roost yet again. While they wait to give Micah Parsons a new deal, the prices for other homegrown stars who are due for extensions keep going up. The Chiefs laid the framework for a Tyler Smith extension after they extended standout guard Trey Smith on Tuesday. The Jets have just done the same with Darren Bland after they inked star cornerback Sauce Gardner to a 4-year, $120.4 million deal that makes him the new highest-paid CB in football. This complicates Dallas' hopes of keeping Bland beyond the 2025 season. Here is a look at the highest-paid cornerbacks in football based on annual average value. The highest-paid CBs in the NFL on a per-year basis are now: Sauce Gardner, $30.1 million. Derek Stingley Jr., $30 million. J.C. Horn, $25 million. Jalen Ramsey, $24.1 million. Patrick Surtain, $24 million. Darren Bland's Cowboys' future as murky as ever after Sauce Gardner's extension. It remains to be seen if Bland will play the nickel or out wide this season. Boundary corners make markedly more money than slot guys, but Bland has played both positions at a high level. Injuries may force Bland to play on the outside, but his versatility will work to his benefit at the negotiation table. Bland was limited to 7 games in 2024 due to a broken foot. While he authored one of the most prolific seasons for a cornerback in NFL history 2 years ago, he needs a bounce-back season if he hopes to crack $20 million per year in his extension. The top slot CBs make between $12 and $18 million per year. Bland could probably set a baseline of $15 million per year if he wanted to, considering he played out wide during his historic 2023 campaign when he tallied 5 pick-sixes and 9 interceptions. It remains to be seen if Dallas will choose between Bland and Trayvon Diggs, who has played just 13 games since he inked a $97 million extension in 2023, but it could be headed that way. A big season from Bland could really complicate that, but Diggs has the luxury of already being under contract. As noted above, the Cowboys still have to pay Micah Parsons, who will get at least $40 million per year, and Tyler Smith, who deserves at minimum $20 million per year. They already have Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb on the books for $60 million and $34 million annually, respectively. Like any position, the cornerback market is going to continue to evolve. Bland is the ultimate storyteller as far as his Cowboys' future, but Gardner's mammoth extension is yet another harsh pill Dallas must swallow as it looks to keep its core together. The Dallas Cowboys really need their defensive line to shine in 2025, and the return of this draft pick could be key in that. However, there is also another wrinkle here. The Cowboys have had quite the offseason, which has included letting Mike McCarthy go in favor of Brian Schottenheimer and also trading for George Pickens. Dak Prescott is slated to come back from his hamstring injury, but the running back room remains a mystery. It's been a typical whirlwind offseason for Dallas, but they are not the only NFL team dealing with their own second-round pick being unsigned, as 30 of the 32 second-rounders from the 2025 NFL Draft are not signed. Donovan Ezerwaku was the Cowboys' second-round pick, and with him not yet having a deal and training camp being right around the corner, one former draft pick could get more buzz. Sam Williams could come back in a huge way for the Cowboys in 2025. Sam Williams was another second-round pick of the Dallas Cowboys back in the 2022 NFL Draft, but he missed all of 2024 with a torn ACL, which he suffered last summer around this time. Williams played in 32 regular season games for Dallas in 2022 and 2023, racking up 8.5 sacks, 15 tackles for loss, 16 quarterback hits, and a 73.8 PFF pass rush grade. He did show immediate pass rush production as a rookie, and with it not being clear when Donovan Ezerwaku will sign, Williams could have that massive opportunity to establish himself on the Cowboys for 2025 and beyond. It's not an ideal situation for the 30 unsigned second-round picks, but that's been the main story of the offseason surrounding the post-draft events. The broader story here, though, is that the Cowboys' defensive line has to figure things out. They have a plethora of options behind Micah Parsons, but it remains to be seen how the rotation will unfold. If Dallas hopes to return to the playoffs and get off to a great start in the Brian Schottenheimer era, not only will they need Sam Williams to return to action, but they'll need to close the rookie deal with Donovan Ezeruaku. Williams, though, stands to be the biggest beneficiary if the team doesn't sign Ezeruaku before camp gets underway next week. Training camp will be here in a matter of days, and while the Dallas Cowboys roster is largely in good standing, they have a number of question marks that need to be answered in some capacity before September. In many ways, the more interesting takeaway will be who wins starting jobs rather than who misses the cut. The running back competition will have everyone's attention, but cornerback is one position that could deliver a variety of surprises. Speaking of, Joseph Hoyt of the Dallas Morning News took a stab at projecting the 53-man roster, and he raised a great question about longtime special teams captain C.J. Goodwin. Essentially, Hoyt wonders if Dallas has the flexibility to keep Goodwin given the state of the CB room. The yearly X-factor here is C.J. Goodwin, a special teams ace and a valued leader in the locker room, Hoyt wrote. Only Dak Prescott has been with the team longer. With some questions on the roster, can the Cowboys afford to keep Goodwin, 35, again? Cowboys could be forced to part with C.J. Goodwin after 7 seasons. Despite moving on from special teams coordinator John Bones Fassel this offseason, Dallas brought Goodwin back on a 1-year deal in March. They would have more incentive to keep the 35-year-old if the cornerback room had more stability and less question marks. The Cowboys have managed to keep Goodwin around for 7 seasons. While he hasn't always made the initial 53-man roster, he tends to find his way back one way or another. Trayvon Diggs and Josh Butler could start the season on the PUP list, while third-round pick Siobhan Revel Jr. is fighting to be cleared for camp after he tore his ACL last September. Trade acquisition Kaiir Elam, who performed well in off-season workouts, is the favorite to start alongside Darren Bland. Behind them, Hoyt has Kalen Carson, Israel Mukuamu and Goodwin rounding out the final 3 spots. Goodwin's fate could hinge on the health of Revel as well as the play of Carson, Mukuamu and the other depth options. If Revel needs more time, the Cowboys may be compelled to keep another corner. Goodwin is listed as a CB, but he's played 24 defensive snaps the last 4 seasons per PFF. He's a full-time special teamer. He could become the odd man out if Dallas needs another body at cornerback. Goodwin is one of the best special teams gunners in the NFL, but it goes without saying that cornerback is the more important position group. If Jerry Jones had made the position more of a priority this offseason, Brian Schottenheimer and company would have the flexibility to keep Goodwin without putting much thought into it. This could have been avoided, but it is now anyone's guess if Goodwin will stick around.